The experience of helping a fellow man in danger, or even training in a realistic manner to be ready to give this help, tends to change the balance of power in youth's inner life, where the result of compassion can be mastered motive. Kurt Hahn. A key factor in the adventure education's humble beginnings originate with a German man named Kurt Hahn in 1920. It was in 1920 that Salem School was established by educator Kurt Hahn in southern Germany. During the Nazi rise to power, Hahn was forced to close the school and was imprisoned for 5 days after speaking out against Hitler. He was given a pardon because of his influence in the education sector by Ramsey Macdonald, British Prime Minister at the time. He was then exiled to the UK. It was here, in Aberdovey, Wales, that Hahn reopens his school, this time named Gordonstoun. As the war ravaged on, Hahn saw a pattern emerging. The younger, less experienced sailors were being killed at a far greater rate than the older, worldlier sailors. In 1941, Hahn developed the first outward-bound school with co-founder Lawrence Holt, starting as a 1-month training course that would foster physical fitness, enterprise tenacity, and compassion. I regard it as the foremost task of education to ensure the survival of these qualities: an enterprising curiosity, an indefatigable spirit, tenacity in pursuit, readiness for sensible self-denial, and above all, compassion. Less training for the sea and more training through the sea. The distinction of training through rather than for is at the essence of the outward-bound dynamic. Hahn's philosophies and the outward-bound vision soon rapidly spread. In 1961, the first outward-bound school was established in America. The National Outdoor Leadership Schools, NOLS, was created to support and train the growing need for outward-bound instructors. Project Adventure was created to bring adventure learning into conventional schools and seeks to promote experimental learning throughout the USA and the world. The 1944 Education Act succeeded in allowing resources such as buildings and facilities to be provided, joint agreements to be made between statutory and voluntary organizations and between schools and youth services. As the 1950s progressed, it appears that legislation contained in the 1944 Act was increasingly used to promote the type of outdoor education associated with character training for leadership recommended in the Norwood Report and promoted by Hahn. This, as well as knowledge of the outward-bound school and outdoor activities in schools, spread. Since 1941, Outward Bound has evolved but never departed from Hahn's original concepts of intense experience of surmounting challenges in a natural setting through which individuals build their sense of worth. During its 80 years, Outward Bound has impacted on over 1.2 million people. Now has 38 independent Outward Bound schools in 35 countries across 6 continents. To this day, Outward Bound's mission to inspire young people to defy their limitations so they become strong, resilient, and curious, ready for the challenges of life.